Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Today we're in downtown Kato Paphos, and we're going to go on our normal walk down some of the rear back streets and eventually end up on our favourite street, Bar Street, and then eventually go to the plaza. But, Miss Delicious Ice Cream, what have you got to say?
Hello everybody. Hello. How are you? Are you doing well?
Not too bad.
I hope so. I'm not asking you, Mr.
Okay. What have you found, the booth?
I've just found very old. It's not a church. It's like a monastery.
It's something unusual, isn't it?
And I think this building, thousands years ago,
it's pretty old, that's for
when
sure.
Sultan Suleiman came to Turkey, from Turkey to Cyprus, decided to make his house, because I would say, and Cypriots never let him do it.
Right.
This is what I believe, honestly.
I see. So this is Sultan Suleiman's beautiful house, and if you look very carefully on the domes on the top, we can actually see pieces of glass. So therefore he had a view of the stars. Shall we walk round to the front of it and see if they will allow us an entrance?
Yes. Can you imagine, Mr. Paul? There is glasses. You were right. Can you imagine? It's not done last century. Not possible. It's pre-last century.
I think some parts are old, and then I think some parts are much newer.
Which parts you think
I think
are?
the back wall is probably pretty old, and then the front wall has been put onto that wall. So some parts are old and some parts. There's your lizard friend
Look at
again.
this lizard. This is
There's
what
your
I'm
lizard.
looking now. I'm watching it, and I'm thinking, my God, if I meet there one of these small crocodiles, I'll die immediately. You know that.
Right. Let's get round the front of this structure and see what it actually is, because I'm sure the viewers are intrigued. Look at that.
It's an archaeological part of the town, but what it is, I've never seen it, honestly, before.
I don't think that's archaeological.
No.
That's for sure. So there appears to be a proper entrance, so rather than step over the wall, we will get to the proper entrance and enter the building. Look at that.
We could have go inside, by the way.
Well, we can't because there's a padlock on the door. So here we are. We've now found out what it is, and you were correct. It is from the Ottoman times. See?
I swear you to God. Here is my cross. I swear you to God. I didn't really know, but the
structure.
These hats or above or on the top, like this.
Yes.
The roof of it reminded me of this Great Century that I watched, the Great Century film with the Sultan Suleiman. That's it.
This was built during probably the time of the great Sultan Suleiman. Now, as usual, you've come to understand, we don't go view things the way other people view them. So, Miss Ochin Gracivula Booth, please take the stage.
Yeah.
I'll film it, and please do the
crocodiles
chichochka.
will take a stage.
He's not there. Up you go. That was one of my views. Up you go. Excellent.
At least I can do like this, and they will all run away.
Yes. You see?
Yeah.
It was designed, even in those days, for the chichochka.
For the chichotka, for me,
Take it away.
Today, I'm gonna dance chichotka without chichotka boots. Alizar's little crocodiles run away. Snakes, hide anywhere, but don't show me yourselves.
So, as you've come to understand, our videos are a little bit different. The booth, come on. I'm getting a bit bored, and I'm sure the people are as well, and they're probably going to click off and go and watch Ben from Bald and Bankrupt. There's some of the ruins down there.
Do you understand that it's bath?
It's a bath, yes, it was a bath.
It's a bath.
Well, it was several baths, by the looks of it.
Well, in Tbilisi, in Georgia, where I was born, they call it Turkish baths. Until now, all the people go in there because they know the water, it's a treatful water is going on in this bath. It's coming through the channels from one of the waterfalls, and then they clean it, and this water smells awful. I can assure you that. But that area called Turkish baths. And now it reminded me, why did I say?
Right, come on, LaBouffe. We've got places to go and we've got places to see. Now, Mr. LaBouffe is referring to the sulphur that's actually in the waters that comes up the ground. And normally the water is quite hot. And yes, there are some operational Turkish baths in downtown Tbilisi, because I've been there. And as we continue on our travels, one of these days we'll get back there and I'll take you there again. Look at that, LaBouffe. They are constructing what I would call some modern art. Look at that. Should we go and have a look?
Work of art.
Yes. Obviously, some channels would disagree with us, but I would call this a work of art. Hats off to the Mayor of Paphos, because he understands that the city needs to change. The city needs to move with the times. It needs to blend the old, which obviously is a tourist attraction, with the new, which obviously is a tourist attraction. Now, it's a park. That's what it is. They are constructing a new park where locals and tourists alike can mingle once the COVID-19 restrictions are fully gone, obviously. And I would assume that that is going to be some kind of cafeteria, snack bar, who knows.
Yeah.
But as many people will understand, that these modern structures truly are works of art, and if you come back, I hope I can, in 1,000 years, we will understand that that will stand the test of time and it will look spectacular. Look at that. What have you got to say, LaBouffe?
I've got to say that first of all, this is a lot of money to bring this wood, and this is a real wood. It's not a plastic, it's not nothing. And I would like to say that I totally enjoy working in here, and I love being here because I've never been here before, to be honest, and the weather is absolutely amazing.
It is. The weather is spectacular. Yes, yes. There's one of the workers, and as you can see, he is constructing a beautiful work of art. Spectacular, truly spectacular. I can imagine sitting there having a brief conversation with some locals, possibly my Gumbaro Prodromos, the mayor, sitting there and telling him how truly spectacular it is. And I can understand that at night time, when all these little lights come on, which we can see in the posts, which are scattered around, this is going to be like a discotheque. Miss Oching Receiver LaBouffe, one evening when it's finished, you're going to come here, stand in the middle and do the Chochka. What do you have to say?
Now you remind me by saying it's going to be a discotheque. I remember in the Soviet communism time, it was, well, I was very young then, but it was sort of evening dancing squares in Russia, in one city where I grew up, and there was a writing, who after 50, but non-married, free. So they used to come and dance with each other, then they were getting married or whatever. It was very funny observing them, because the gentlemen used to stand up and bring one flower to the lady, and we were observing it. But we were not allowed to go in because we were 10, 15, 16 years old. We were always laughing. Some of the gentlemen, they were so shy, they used to take a flower because they could have buy this flower only. And if they present it to the woman, the lady was of course a single, the lady who wanted to dance and meet one gentleman or husband for future, she would be getting the flower, and the gentlemen, some of them were so shy, you understand, the men, but they wanted to get married or get relations, whatever.
It's what we would call grab a granny night. Look at the quality of that wood. Look at the quality in there. Certainly not a cheap thing to construct. Correct.
It's a fully
it's quality.
wooden
It's
quality.
quality. It's quality. This wood floor deck that we're walking on is going to stand the test of time, and it probably will be here in hundreds of years of time, as will the stonework that they are constructing around the outer edge, and yet again more benches for people to sit, have suvla, etc., and they understand in Cyprus, because of the heat and because of the culture, we do like to park as close as possible to things, so they've understood to put these big lumps of sandstone around the outer edge so that we can't actually drive on here, which is a good idea and not. Anyway, there's the local toilets, Hopefully they will be improved as time goes on, and we're back to the medieval Ottoman baths, and then we are going to continue on our walk to Bar Street.
I couldn't raise my leg to go and dance on these benches. There was so good quality wood. My leg didn't want to rise on that benches to dance.
I think the viewers have come to understand that Miss Ochin Grasivi-Lebouf likes to do the Chichotchka everywhere in Paphos. She is world famous and renowned for Chichotchka dancing. There we go, look at that. She truly is delicious, especially with chocolate cream mint ice cream. So, Miss Lebouf,
Yes.
let's get down there, and there's a little fountain roundabout that you once did dance on. Do you
Yeah.
remember?
I remember.
Yes.
I wanted to dance
Yes.
everywhere.
Let's cross over before we get run over, and let's take the people on our little daily walk as we proceed down towards, should we say, the very, very bottom end of Bar Street, which is a very popular place in Cyprus. People do like to wander around, mosey on around, plenty of hotels, bars, restaurants, etc., etc., and many people live here, by the way. Look at that. How do you say that place?
Sofiana Resorts and Spa.
And it's 4-star. Looks like a really, really nice resort. So if anyone is going to stay there, drop it in the comments, make a request, don't forget to subscribe, and we will do an especially for you. Look at that, lovely. It's
And it
always
would be
caught my
looking
eye.
like that. Hello everybody, today, and blah blah blah.
And blah, blah, blah. But it would be especially for you. So, we'll continue our little walk. Here we go. Now, I've had an idea. Just down here is a hotel called the how do you say it?
What?
Where the Mr. and Mrs. Smoker is staying, the Pyramus Hotel. So I think we're going to walk into that hotel, speak to the lovely young lady behind the bar, Aniko, who is now a friend of ours, come all the way from Hungary, and now she resides in the beautiful town of Paphos. And we're going to ask her, what does she think of Mr. and Mrs. Smoker? We're going to ask her if they are good residents or not. So stick with us for a little bit longer. We're getting closer and closer, and we will take you on that journey. That's a nice little gift shop, isn't it? Yeah. And an ATM, so if you need some money, that's where you get it from. That's the Aces Sports and Cocktail Bar. Again, a very popular bar with tourists and the locals. And we are very rapidly approaching the Sky Bar. And as you can see, there's two people flying in if you look in the distance. They're being dragged along, and they're going to drop down soon and arrive at the Pyramus Hotel. We're here. Wait for it. Let's walk in and see what she has to say. There is the Pyramus Hotel. And a very nice hotel it is too. In we go. See, she's thinking, not again.
I'm not here.
Yep, she's not here. So, we've come to ask you a question.
Yes.
Are Mr. and Mrs. Smoker good residents?
Sorry?
Mr. and Mrs. Smoker.
Don't scare her.
How much? What's the question?
Mr.
I
and
don't
Mrs.
even understand the question.
Mr. and Mrs. Ramscombe,
Yes,
the
yes.
people that are staying here from
Yes,
Belgium,
of course.
are they good residents or not?
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah. She told us off camera that they were the most difficult people in the world. Are they having?
They are very good.
Very good. Are they having a good holiday?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, good. I think they're
But,
here until
they
Tuesday.
are out now.
They're out.
Uh-huh.
Can you leave them a message and ask him to phone me?
Ah, okay, okay.
And because we were going to meet them at 5:30 today, but he hasn't replied to my message.
Ah.
But we'll meet them
I
tomorrow.
don't think they come back. They just left.
They've just left.
Really.
They were wise.
5 minutes
They were very,
ago.
very wise. We're going to take him
And
a
I
quick
don't
tour.
think they come back that early.
No, we're not coming back
5:30.
early. We'll have a wander
Come
around.
back 5:30.
We'll have a wander around. There's a bottle of Bailey's in there. There's a bottle of Bailey's. There's a bottle of Bailey's. Look at that.
I can still barely
This is one of my favourite hotels in Paphos. And I mean it. If you want to come here for a reasonable price, this is where I would stay. And I do like it. Its location is perfect. And as you can see, the lady behind the bar, she's wonderful, as is this lady. So, Miss Oching, we'll see you in the booth.
I would like to tell to you, Mr. Paul, you go home, I'm gonna stay here.
Are you going to die here?
Yes,
Yes.
because look at this, what is behind me. I can try little by little, then it all brings over. I wish you all the best in this world. Thanks for watching us. And
Thanks for watching. We've got to go because there is something playing in the background. It's hard to understand sometimes when you're lost in your movie. The booth, say goodbye.
Goodbye to everybody. Thanks for watching. We love you to bits. And don't forget to love us.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and come back for some more of our madness. We'll go back in and say thank you.